Okay, so yesterday you took a quiz on time and money, and I just wanted to quickly go over it. There were 7 questions, so I'm just going to use this interactive website that you've seen before where the hour hands and the minute hands move together. So the first question was what time? The time is 7:30 a.m. What will it be 30 minutes later? So let me move my clock. 7:30, okay? And we talked about how the clock really looks like a number line. It's just in the shape of a circle. So every single time that the minute hand would move from one number to the next, it's 5 minutes. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And you can skip count by 5 like Mrs. Thompson taught you earlier this year. So this is 7:30. So we're going to go 30 minutes past this. Okay. So here's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and the clock reads 8 o'clock. So the hour hand is directly on the 8. We know it's o'clock then. So 8 o'clock, which is the correct answer. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So this is talking about 4:30 and 5:30. So I'm going to go fast. Okay, so 4 o'clock and 4:30. Okay, so this is a little bit of a tricky question. It's almost kind of backwards the way it's written. So it says 4:30 is blank before or after 5:30. So this is showing 4:30 right now, and I'm going to move to show it 5:30, okay? So 4:30 is after or before 5:30. Okay, so you can also just look at the hour hand here, and there's a 4 and a 5, and what comes first? It would be the 4, right? So we know that it's before. The question now that's left over, is it 30 minutes or an hour? So if the minute hand spun all the way around, which it did, remember this was 5:30, and if we go backwards all the way around, we know an hour has passed. So the answer here would be 1 hour before. All right, the next one. So you're not really going to be able to tell the AM and PM with this type of clock, which we talked about. So this is kind of wonky here. All right, so this is either 9 o'clock or 9 o'clock AM or PM. You can't tell. But the question here is Shane ate breakfast at 9 what? It's AM or PM. PM we know is dinner time. I'm taping this now at 8:05 p.m. at night. So PM is nighttime and AM would be morning time. So the clue, if we were taking a test or doing a worksheet at school, I would take a highlighter and have you highlight right here, breakfast. Okay, breakfast is the clue or the big word here that's going to kind of turn on that light bulb that says AM. It's morning time. So the answer there would be AM. Okay, the clock is 30 minutes slow. What is the correct time? So Mrs. Smith here gave you, we know Mrs. Smith, she came into the classroom a whole bunch and helped us with ST Math. So she's the one who made this, and she gave you a little clue here. It says if the clock is 30 minutes slow, we need to count 30 minutes more to catch it up. From 2 o'clock, if the minute hand moves 30 minutes, what time is it? Okay, so when they say a clock is going slow, it's behind. It's kind of late. Right? That's another way of thinking about it. So if it's 2 o'clock and it's 30 minutes late, the correct time would be 2:30. Okay. The next one, Tony wants to buy a truck that costs $11, which is the correct amount that he pays. So I scanned through these answers before I started this, and I looked just at the bills, okay? And they did something, they kind of tried to trick you here because there's 11, 11, 11, 11. The bills all say 11. So we're going to need to go in and double check with our coins whether or not there's another dollar in change, and it moves it up to 12. So let's do this together. It says 11, 25, 1150, 1175, 1185, 1190. So that looks like it's the correct answer. But like I've told you before, even though the first one is correct, you always want to go back and double check because sometimes there are some tricks on certain tests and papers, and you want to double check yourself with this. So it looks like at this point A is right, but let's go on and just double check the other ones. So this is 11, 1125, 1150, 1175, 1180, 1185. Okay, so that's not right. The next one is 11, 1125, 1150, 1175, 1185, 1195. Again, it's too much. Let's do the last one. 11, 25, 50, 75, 85, 95. So it's too much. So the correct answer here was A. Okay. The next one we're talking about Suri and Nora, and it's asking you who has the most money. Okay. So we could quickly go and look at this and say 3/4 automatically, but that's not the case. Okay. That's not always the case because there may be other coins here that add up. So we have to count every single amount here. So let's look 25, 50, 75, 85, 90. Okay. So there's 90 cents right here. The next one is 25, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68. Okay, so Siri has more. All right, there's one more. Alex has $1. He spends 2 dimes on a muffin at the bake sale. He has blank cents left. Excuse me, I'm tired. So $1 is 100 cents. That's something that we know. $1 is 100 cents. $2 would be 200. $3 would be 300 cents. So if he has 100 cents right now and he spends 2 dimes, which is 20 cents, it would just be a subtraction problem. It would be 100 minus 20, which we know to be 80. Okay. So I do believe that when you filled this out, it told you the right answers. If not, this should help you review these ideas. If you're still finding some things tricky, you can go back and look at the websites and look at the lessons that we've done over the last few weeks. This was a really good one. And Emily gave us a really good suggestion this morning about using a clock to move the hands around. I know my kitchen clock would work. It's a tinier one, but maybe mom or dad has gotten you have bought you a smaller clock to use as well. So, and with the coins, break out those coins in the bills. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit. And I will see you in almost 12 hours. All right.